Hey everyone, what's going on? I hope everything is going well with you guys. I'm sorry if I sound like extremely stuffy in this video. My allergies, I don't know if anyone else is having bad allergy season, but this season has really just kicked me in the face. Normally I don't have allergies this bad, but my whole left side, like, I had to quit reading tonight because my left eye hurts so bad because of the sinus um, pressure right behind it. I was trying to think. It's not exactly a headache, but it's the sinus pressure behind my left eye. I basically can't read right now and I can't focus, but not a big issue. I did get 31, I think 31. I might have read a little bit more. I got between 31 and 36 pages knocked out of the Two Towers. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is a book review on a nonfiction book called Uninvited by Lysa TerKeurst. I had this on Audible. I'm pretty sure I used one of my credits that I get every month on this book. I have read Lysa TerKeurst before. In fact, oh, my bad. Okay, there. Sorry for knocking you guys over, but I had to grab. This is the Lysa TerKeurst I have. It's Forgetting What You Can't Forget. This is kind of her deep dive into what happened after her. Well, actually, no. Well, she and her husband went through some issues. He ended up having an affair, and she has a book out on that initially. I think it's called This Wasn't Supposed to Happen. I will link that. I'll pop up the cover here. But this one was the book following after, which is kind of like her healing process in going through the whole affair and everything that happened, which I have not read that book. I do have it on my Audible. It's probably going to be another one I'll get to later in the season, but my first Lysa TerKeurst was Forgiving What You Can't Forget, and I absolutely love this book. It helped me through some healing in which I had to deal with past hurts, and also dealing with those people who hurt me in the past, because they are in my everyday life. And so I would probably talk about that if I knew they wouldn't watch this, and that bringing up those past hurts and having to rehash all that out. So with that being said, absolutely love this book. Now, Uninvited. Uninvited started out good, and then it just, Now I am going in, I kind of started this rule here pretty recently. I am not going to rate nonfiction books, just because it's very hard to rate nonfiction books, especially like with Lysa TerKeurst, because she writes a lot about her personal life, and that is somebody's personal life. I don't feel like rating that, and I'm pretty sure some of you have that same thoughts and everything. I'm sorry, you can probably hear my son downstairs. I'm upstairs filming, but you can probably hear him. Anyway, my thoughts. What Uninvited deals with is how to look at rejection through like a Christian way, and how to remember God's love for you when others reject you, and also when you reject yourself. So I absolutely love that part. I did like her. I wouldn't say love. I would say like. I liked that part extremely. But some things were just not in it that I really liked. Also, I think there's like 14 chapters, 15 chapters in this book, and by chapter 11, I was starting to check out. And mind you, I'm when I do audiobooks, I am crocheting because I'm not one of those where I can just sit and listen to an audiobook. I have to be doing something with my hands. And as you can see, I'm very much a hand talker. And so I'm crocheting, and I look like I'm knitting here, but obviously I have the yarn on here and my hook, and I'm crocheting, and I am just tuning this woman out. I'm thinking about other things, and it just, so one of the problems I found was by chapter 3, I've noticed she makes little snide, well, not snide, I would not say snide, actually. She makes these little comments about her body or about her diet. And at parts, it was necessary, and at other parts, it was not necessary. But I will tell you, almost, if not all of the chapters included these remarks. And if I hear the word cellulite ever again, I might just scream. So, one of the chapters, she's talking about how she went on this retreat, like a weekend retreat, and they were doing like synchronized swimming. And you'll probably hear my air conditioning. I think it just kicked on. But anyway, in this retreat, she said she had forgotten to shave her legs. And so she put on leggings and a t-shirt, and she was talking about a guy coming up and saying, "Oh, are you part of one of those religions that you don't wear bathing suits?" And the first clap back she had was kind of funny, but then she kind of ruined it for me, and it was no longer funny. But she goes, "Oh no, I just didn't want the hair on my legs to poke other people's eyes." And that, I kind of cackled at, because I was like, every woman's been in a situation where she hadn't shaved her legs, and so we understand that. But it was then she mentioned something about her cellulite, and I got annoyed. I got annoyed right away, and I was like, okay, I think this was chapter 6 or 7, so you guys can understand. I was noticing this by chapter 3, so by chapter 6 and 7, I was firmly annoyed. And yeah, she just had, as someone who struggles with body issues from high school and people kind of making fun of me about being a little more top heavy than I was bottom heavy, and then now after having my son, I haven't quite lost all of my weight, and I've just, I had body issues, so I can understand someone expressing this in a story, trying to make themselves relatable. But here's the thing, this book's main focus is not body issues. The main focus is rejection, and I can understand that this could go towards self-rejection, but self-rejection is only a little bit of rejection. So the body issues could have been great for maybe 1 or 2 chapters, but not every single chapter. And like I said, by chapter 11, I was checking out, especially in chapter 10. She is talking about like scarcity, and I can't even really remember what she was talking about because I was so focused on the Bible story she shared, and how I think she kind of missed the point of that Bible story, because she's talking about how Pharaoh introduced scarcity into the Bible with the famine, and how he ended up taking up all the land from the people except for the priests because somebody had to bless him. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What Bible story did you read? Because when I read that story in Genesis, I am seeing God's provision and God showing his blessing on Joseph and putting him into a leadership position. And like what she was describing, I did not see at all in that biblical story. So after that, my mind pretty much checked out, and I really wanted to get this book done in one day because it was only like 5 hours long. And yeah, I also skipped the bonus chapter. There is a bonus chapter in there, and I was like, I'm done listening to this woman. Skip. So yeah, like I said, that there are quite a lot of things in this book that I did like. There's a quote in there that I really loved, and it is, "The devil is vicious but not victorious." That resonated. The devil is vicious, but he is not victorious. Absolutely loved it. But oh, her take on the famine in Genesis was just, it's so mind-boggling to me that I think after hearing that, the rest of the book just went downhill for me. And yeah, and also the body comments, I was just, yeah. And another thing, now that I think about it, I think she was trying to be too relatable instead of letting that flow naturally. In this one, it felt like she was trying too hard to be relatable. And I don't know if this is just one of those books that it's not going to be my favorite of Lysa TerKeurst, because like I said, absolutely loved Forgiving What You Can't Forget. But I don't know. I will try another one of her books, and we will go from there and see if she is an author for me, or maybe just this one book resonated with me because at the time I read it, I really needed it, and God used it to help me through past heartbreaks and past hurts. So, with that, yeah, take my opinion with a grain of salt if you want. I don't know really how to judge this per se, with it being nonfiction and me just not going to rate nonfiction. If you read this before and absolutely loved it, awesome. If you read it before and had the same issues as I did, that's awesome as well. If you read this and absolutely hated it, that's awesome as well, because not every book is for everyone. So with that being said, I'm done rambling. I am going to go take another allergy pill. With that, bye.